Welcome into this game time edition of the Rubber Match. Look, we know you probably wanted this earlier, but we don't care because this is everything. It's what this is about. Arkansas and LSU. Excited to be joined by Go Nation's Chessa Bouche. Chessa, thanks for coming on today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Let's dive into it. A real quick hitter of an episode. Don't want to take too much time because everyone wants to watch the game, but we'll drop some knowledge right now. Cade Anderson getting the start. What do you expect out of him tonight?
I expect a big-time performance. His worst outing was in the Super Regional, and I think especially the way he was so angry in that press conference. I think he has a lot to prove here, and especially on the biggest stage. He's been dominant for LSU, and I think coming off of his worst outing, the Hogs are going to have something to deal with that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the best pitchers in the entire country. And on the other side, you've got Zach Root going against him for the LSU offense. How is it important to get to Root early?
I think you have to be the approach at the plate is going to be important. They need to be extremely picky and make him throw a lot of pitches. We know that LSU has struggled against lefties, 11 for 44 against the Hogs in the series in Baton Rouge. So LSU has struggled against lefties. A lot of teams do, but I think if their approach at the plate, they're very patient and they make him throw a lot of pitches, I think they'll be in for a good little surprise there.
Because that's the Arkansas way, right? They want to use two pitchers tonight. They want it to be Zach Root, and if we're talking about lefties, probably Parker Coyle out of the bullpen. But when you look at the LSU offense, who has to get going early tonight?
I think it's going to be two people. I think the top of the lineup, you have Derek Curiel, a true freshman that if he is getting on base, he scores a lot on. So I think for me, it's LSU, Derek Curiel, and Monster Milam, Steven Monster Milam. His bat, if he goes, that's how LSU's offense goes. So I think it's going to be those two guys. I wouldn't be surprised if Jared Jones kind of heated up. He's been a little silent there from the bat perspective. So I think if he gets hot, they're going to be a hard lineup. You
took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to counter with Jared Jones. I think he's really important on the Arkansas side for Cade Anderson. What's the batter that you're nervous to face?
I would say y'all's shortstop. He is an absolute monster. And I think the biggest reason why Arkansas could come away with a win, I'm not going to say they're definitely, but I think the reason why y'all could beat us is the home run ball. I know this ballpark typically plays pretty big, but today we saw the wind blowing out a little bit, so that will play in y'all's favor. But I think that's going to be the biggest difference maker for y'all. Y'all's starting pitcher, of course, Zach Root. He's a hard one to face, but if y'all's offense gets going, it's going to be a long day for LSU.
Absolutely. I mean, Logan Maxwell, Ryder Helfrich, the 3-4 right now in the order. They're really important and key in getting all those runs, especially against Tennessee in the clincher last week. A couple more, then we'll let you go. We want to go quick, so let's go really quick. For LSU, X has to happen for them to win tonight.
I think they need to be sharp defensively. I think when you're in the College World Series, this stage is so big that the margin of error is so small. LSU is typically playing super clean. They do have a top 10 defense. I know you guys have a top 10 defense as well, but I think it's going to be those small little things. So if you play a clean defensive game, I think you have a leg up, but also if you're not pitching the ball well, I don't want to face this lineup 1 through 9 of you guys.
Yeah, Chessa, we have you on here because we got to talk about the people behind us, the people who make this game and this, really World Series magical. What do you expect out of the crowd? I know Will McIntyre said he thinks it's going to be 50-50 Hog fans, Tiger fans. What do you think?
I would not say 50-50. I don't know the Hog faithful like you guys do. Tiger fans, this is what they save up for from fall ball. So they're already making plans. I know that a lot of people had issues getting here with flights delayed, but we've seen with the Rocco's Jello shot board, it's already at like past 4,000 and it's only day 2. I think there might be, it'll be more like 60-40 as opposed to 50-50, but it's going to be electric. I wouldn't be surprised if there were a few fans that might not see the whole ball game because of that rivalry and how heated it's going to get, especially it being such a big game in day 2 here in the College World Series. So I think it's going to be a fun atmosphere, though.
I'll go and say it. I think it's going to be a sellout crowd tonight, and I think it might break a couple of records as well. It should be a fun one. Can we get a prediction before we wrap up?
I don't want to say this, and I certainly don't want to say it on y'all's air, but I'm going to say 5-4 Hogs. It hurts. It hurts just because I went to LSU. I cover LSU. But I think the Hogs are just playing their best ball right now. What they did against Tennessee, I think they're going to be a hard one to stop.
I like that. I'll go 6-3 Arkansas. I think the Hogs pull it out. That was fun. Thanks for coming on, Chessa.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
That's going to do it for the Rubber Match this week. For Chessa Bouche, I'm Evan Kamico. We'll see you back here in a couple days probably. You know me. I'll come out with episodes soon. See you guys.